and welcome. I'm Master Lama Rasaji, and this is our Tuesday edition of Rasaji Speaks. Hope you're having a good beginning to your week. Don't forget that we got teachers class today at 1 o'clock and Master David's live class at night. So don't forget that. And this makes today's title appropriate for teachers, right? Who said the quote, "We teach best what we most need to learn"? You've often heard Amaji referred to that. We come to teach what we really came to learn. Actually, that quote came from the famous author with one of my top 10 favorite books called Illusion. Richard Bach wrote a book called Jonathan Livingston Seagull. And it was about a seagull that inspired to be an eagle. And we read that when I was in high school. Our swim coach had us all read that. It was a great motivating book. In later years, when I was already in New York, training with Master Bo Yang, Richard Bach's other book came out called Illusion, and it was the story of a reluctant Messiah. And the idea is the Messiah, you're taking a city bus in New York, and this guy gets on the bus and looks like anyone else, probably poor on the poor side. And he starts to interact with people, and it would be like if Christ came back and he was just this ordinary person. And it's really a powerful, powerful story. Reluctant, the book Illusions. That's where that quote came from. Also, Gloria Steiner was quoted with saying, "We teach what we need to learn." And also, the famous musician Phil Collins said something very, very similar. Interesting what Albert Einstein said about education. It's not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think for itself. And education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. That's priceless, right? If you remember in chapter 2 on the mind and the circle of chi, Lama Chi's first book, we talked about that it's really about teaching the mind how to think. It's very interesting. Also, Dale Carnegie said, "Develop success from your failures. Discouragement and failures are the two surest stepping stones to success." Real powerful when you think about it. Some of these people, how they turned around. John Wayne was attributed to saying, "I won't be wrong and I won't be insulted. I won't be laid a hand on. I don't do these things to other people, and I require the same thing for them." Ben Franklin, "Those who would give me the essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserves neither liberty nor safety." Very powerful. "We teach what we came to learn" is a very Taoist quote. That's why we have the Taoist prayer wheels like they have in the Lamasery behind me here. And that's really powerful. When you really examine what that means, It also means on earth as it is in heaven, or on earth through you as it is in heaven. In other words, it's a very Taoist but feng shui way to look at things, right? There is more than one pathway to lamaship for those who are really interesting. I'm going to be mentoring over the next couple of decades, about 10 to 12 people. I'm working with 2 to 4 that way, and I'm going to choose 2 more between now and the convention, and probably 2 more before the end of the year. Probably won't find my 10 or 12 just yet, but we have a good, I want to say, a good guppy pool, if you will, for hand choosing the right people. They're the people who say, they don't just say they have Lama Chief's back. It's amazing how many people will tell you that, and weeks or months later, they're gone and they disappear. What happened? I'll tell you what happens. Jesus said it very eloquently. If you knew what I knew and you did what I did, you would turn your head and walk away. That's one reason. Most of the time, it's ego. Ego just can't handle the fact that the grass is not but greener on the other side. And it's so tempting today because you can Google anything, you can find anything. And before they master Tai Chi Gong, they're always looking for that grass is greener. Oh, look what I found. Ego likes to feel important that way. It's a funny thing about ego. Look what I found. And it's interesting, right? Along the way, they haven't contemplated what have Master David and me come across. Master David is pushing on 40 years of training in this lifetime of Lamachi. That's right. It's pushing on getting close to 30 years of teaching. Lamaji, 57 years plus of training. And this July 4th, 43 years of teaching. And yet, we know we have more to get out of the system. And we see the people in front of us, what they have to get out. When you think of the hierarchy in our lineage, it's a profound hierarchy. You have to ask yourself, why are they still connected to the lineage? Why does a Maha avatar like Babaji start a lineage and then continue to participate in the lineage? You ever question yourself or ask that question? See, Jesus always gave us the easy way to find things is ask, seek, and knock about everything. About everything. You don't have to take my word for it. You can challenge me if you got the kahunas to do so. That's right. You know what I'm talking about. If you got the kahunas to challenge me, and you'll know what is real and what is not real. A lot of people won't do that. It's usually about this time, about 4 to 5 years into training, where the mind begins to wander, ego begins to take over. Deep inside, you wonder what you truly believe. You don't know if you truly believe what you believed at childhood, because that was introduced to you by family and friends. But this one core thing still holds evident to the very fact today. Who do you listen to? Listen is the basic concept of meditation. So, who and what are you supposed to meditate on and with? It's an interesting thing, but it's a thin edged sword. Anyhow, it's wonderful to be with you today. I thought we would put a little Taoist teaching right in the midst of the Advent. And Holy Spirit said it would be perfect today with it being teacher's class. We just came out of a phenomenal first boot camp. I have a feeling that people know how powerful it is and where we're going. But if you're interested in stepping into teaching, and you can humble yourself to truly serve in that capacity, the rewards from actually teaching and sharing the Holy Spirit are awesome. Not just trying to show somebody how powerful you are, but truly share the teachings of the Holy Spirit. You will be blessed beyond measure. The people who teach every day for that are mission driven, they will chime in the comment section here. And who's really got Lama G's back? Too early to tell. We'll stick around. People ask me a long time, how long are you going to be here, Lama G? And I always tell them, you're going to have to stick around and find out. Right? But grass, 99.9% of the time is never greener on the other side. See, what you don't do is that when you see the people leave from time to time, most people never do follow up on those people. You ever notice that? They never do follow up on those people. When they do, they would be shocked at where they're at today compared to even where they were. Right? As we say in the East, Baraka Bushad. May the blessings be to you and your glorious family. And we'll see you tomorrow on Hump Day for Rasaji Speaks. God bless you and see you really soon.